Gnarly, the 5-foot boa constrictor, joined the Stark County Terriers at Bob Wren Stadium tonight for hunting and fishing night. Would the copperheads be able to swallow these terriers whole, or would the dogs send the snakes slithering away sadly? Ohio women's basketball is going for their 9th win, which they've been trying to get for the past 2 weeks. Now getting this win and then hopefully a 10th win somewhere down the road would mean progress for this team in terms of wins for the first season since 2007 and 2008. What are some of your personal goals that you've kind of set, either for the team or individually?
My first personal goal is to have a perfect practice. After I can get past that perfect practice, then I'll move on to the next one.
What do they need to do to win these remaining games?
They need to bring it to another level, especially on defense. And it's crucial for them to set the tone early because too often they're playing from behind. And then by the time they kick it into the next gear and get it rolling again, it's just too little too late. A good mantra for the Buckeyes to have going into this tournament would be a quote from legendary basketball coach John Wooden, which is, "Little things make big things happen." Now, someone in the sports department wrote this note. It says the Rockies never win a game in the bottom of the 9th. A meaningless jinx, but a jinx nonetheless. Carlos Gonzalez came through to break it tonight. But first, the ageless Todd Helton protects his house with this jack. Rockies up 2-0. Now it's time for the defense to shine. 6th inning, Troy Tulowitzki makes an incredible barehanded play to keep the Rocks' 2-1 lead alive. Tied in the 9th, man on second, and the Braves walk Ty Wigginton on purpose to get to Carlos Gonzalez. That is a bad idea, boys. Rockies get the 3-2 win and reverse the curse from our sports room. I guess we don't need this anymore.
Senna was just a gym rat. She come in here and from day one, she just wanted to make sure she could be in here longer than anybody else and on the weekends and all summer long.
Senna's a hard worker. She's always been determined.
This is how Senna King beat the odds. King grew up in Waterford, a rural town in southeastern Ohio. Now she plays for the University of Akron in a city of about 200,000 on a full athletic scholarship. Not only does she play, she makes a difference as a sophomore. The 6-foot forward is 5th in the Mid-American Conference in field goal percentage and ranks in the top 20 in points and rebounds per game.
I want to be like my sister, then I want to be better than my sister, and I love to be competitive, and I just think that to be competitive, you need to be in the gym.
You never knew where she was going to be with the ball in her hand. She was on the outside court or at her home or wherever she could find a hoop, that's where she was.
It was a rule. In the summertime, she had to take 100 shots a day.
That work has translated to unprecedented success for one of Waterford's finest. King holds multiple records for the Wildcats, marks that astonish and amaze. She is the all-time leading scorer in a career and a season. She doubled the record for free throws and stole the most passes in school history. There are countless athletes who have incredible talent, but not the hardware to show for it. That's not true for Senna, who is part of 4 league titles, 4 district titles, and 2 regional runner-up teams. And get this, she never lost a game to a TVC Hawking opponent. King distributes the credit for her skyrocketing career.
I never could have done that without the community that I came from. They were so supportive all the time, especially my high school coach, Jerry Close. I mean, he always let me in the gym. I had some great teammates. They always supported me, just in every aspect, whether it's school or basketball. And if I wanted to be in the gym, they'd come with me.
It is rare to find an athlete of this quality, rare for her to rise from rural southeast Ohio. But Senna King is living proof, living and thriving in the sport she was born to play. 100 years, 10 miles, 2 teams, 1 rivalry. Jackson Wellston.
Because the kids need to understand, they're not just playing for themselves or playing for the school now, they're playing for history.
The saga began in 1908 as a conference matchup between 2 SEOAL teams. But with city limits as their only separation, the roots of a rivalry were embedded. And those roots still run deep.
The community's nuts. This is crazy for both schools and both towns. With us being less than 7 miles apart from each other, a lot of people work together, they're friends with each other, and they go to church together. This is talked about, like I said, all year round.
Both teams had decades of dominance, but Jackson has the edge in recent history. They've lost only 4 games since 1968, and none in the past 19 years. That doesn't diminish the energy surrounding the game.
It's intense. First game of the year, it really sets the tone for the season. It's always a fun game to play. A lot of trash talking and everything.
The Golden Rockets haven't beaten the Iron Men here since 1988. They think this year will be different.
they've supposedly have the upper hand because they've got, the streak on their hands. But in my eyes, they have more to lose than what we've got. We would much rather be the first team to break the streak than they would be the first team to lose.
Wellston alum and head coach Chris Hutchinson says that while it's the team's 97th meeting, it is unlike the rest.
These two teams have never played. This Wellston team, this Jackson team have never played before. So we just got to go and execute our game plan and come away with the victory.
A new season brings a new chance to become legendary. The best way is to beat the rival. For Gridiron Glory, I'm Maddie Kuhn.